I did a pasta primavera recipe, which was on the 15th. Today's the 16th, the next day. And I did use some of my tomatoes and bell peppers to make that dish. But I have a lot left. And like I said, some friends gave us all of these. So what I'm going to do, so I don't waste them, because I did waste another batch because I didn't use them in time. So I'm going to show you how to make a sauce with this. It's going to be a real quick video, but I'm not going to let these go to waste. So what I'm going to do is score them first, which you make an X, and then I'm going to heat up some water and boil them for about a minute or two, and then take them out and put them in cold water, or you can use ice. And what that'll do is remove the skins easier. I can just peel the skins off, and then I'm going to show you how to make my own spaghetti sauce. And today I'm going to use the bell peppers, which I do have a spaghetti sauce, and I do have a homemade marinara on my channel already, but I didn't use bell peppers, so this is going to be a little different. So I hope you enjoy this. Okay, for this particular spaghetti sauce, I'm going to be using my tomatoes. I have 2 bell peppers left. I'm going to use a half an onion, and I'm going to use 8 ounces of mushrooms. And this is what's going to go in my sauce, besides the seasonings that I'm going to use. So I'm going to show you how to score a tomato. You're going to make like an X. You're going to get a sharp knife, and you're going to make like an X. Try to get it all the way down to the other side, like this. And what we're going to do is put these in hot water for a minute or two and just immerse them. And then after we immerse them, we're going to take them out and put them in ice water. And this will make these skins so easy to come off. And then that'll be the beginning of our homemade sauce. And I do have a spaghetti and meatball recipe I did when I first started off. And I do show this process, but it was on a smaller scale. So I'm going to go over and drop these in my hot boiling water. Okay, here are your tomatoes, and you want to immerse them in the boiling water for anywhere from 1 minute to 3 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to take them out. This went for about 3 minutes, and I'm going to put them in ice water. Okay, here they are in ice water, and you want to leave them in ice water between 1 and 2 minutes. Okay, these tomatoes have been in here about 2 minutes. So see, I want to show you how easy the skins peel off. This is what blanching does to a tomato. And at the same time, they've kind of cooked a little too. So this is like when you get a stewed tomato in a can that you buy, they kind of look like this. So I'm going to continue to remove all the skins off all these tomatoes, and then we'll move on to the next step. But this is how you blanch tomatoes when you want to make your own homemade marinara or tomato sauce. So I will be back. Next step is I'm chopping my bell peppers. I already chopped my half an onion, and you can use whatever amount you want. I'm using 2 small bell peppers and an 8-ounce package of mushrooms. I'm just going to chop everything up. Here are all the veggies that I'm going to use: the mushrooms, the bell peppers, and the onions. I'm going to go put them in a pot of olive oil, and I'm going to saute these for probably 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, now you want to put a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in, and now we're going to dump all of our vegetables in, all together at once. And you might want to add a little more olive oil if it's too dry, but I'm going to saute these about 4 to 5 minutes, so they're kind of cooked. So right when I add these, I'm going to add some salt, and I would say probably 1/4 teaspoon, and you will taste it as you go along once you have your sauce and see if it's to your liking. Okay, this is how you want your veggies, nice and soft like that. So those are done, and we're going to remove them from the stove. I just picked some fresh basil from my garden, and then here is some thyme, fresh dried thyme, and some rosemary. Those are some of the herbs I'm going to be adding. Here's our vegetables that I put aside, and then here are our tomatoes. So I would say I would stew these for anywhere from 30 minutes to 1 hour. We're just going to see how long it takes. This has been cooking about 2 hours. You can kind of see how it's thickened. Now, you could cook this 30 minutes to an hour. You don't have to cook it as long as I have, but I was doing a lot of things in my house. So I'm now going to turn it off and put it in a food processor to blend all this together. So basically this is your tomato sauce, and you've made your own homemade tomato sauce. So now you can add whatever you'd like. I'm going to put all the vegetables in. I'm going to cook my ground beef and add all my seasonings in. The point that I have my sauce is when I add all my herbs and my garlic. And I'm going to use like a tablespoon of minced garlic. So here's your tomato sauce. And that's what I wanted to basically show you, how to make your own tomato sauce and a marinara spaghetti sauce or whatever you want to use. So instead of water or tomato paste, I'm going to add a little bit of port wine. And this will be cooked down. And then I'm going to add my vegetables back in and combine everything and cook it on low. And then as soon as the meat is done, I will add the meat together. And this is a very thick sauce. So if you wanted, you could add, water to it. You could add, more tomato paste and water, whatever you want to do, however you want it. But this is a thick spaghetti sauce is what I'm making. Okay, once you have your hamburger meat cooked, I'm not doing meatballs this time. I'm just putting ground hamburger meat in. You can stir it up and cook it for maybe 20 more minutes or however long you want. But there's your spaghetti sauce. Okay, I've already been eating dinner. I actually forgot about the taste test, but it's really delicious. When you make your own homemade spaghetti sauce, marinara, whatever you want to call it, it's so good. So the tutorial I showed you was mainly to show you how to make your own tomato sauce from scratch, from fresh tomatoes, whether they be your garden or someone else's, but this made the best spaghetti. And I was able to make use of all those tomatoes and a few bell peppers I had left because I don't like to waste. So I hope you give it a try if you have some fresh tomatoes. It's really good. Thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it.